see a window there. So mostly we will, in order to save more time, we will continue in chat. For any questions, you can ping me. But specifically, if you need anything, if you want to ask something wherein you cannot convey that using a chat, that point of time you please let me know. I will enable your audio. So that point of time you can directly ask the questions as well. So since it's going to be an online session, for any of the smaller questions or things, we will have it in this chat only. So are everyone able to see the chat window, friends, without any issues? Are you able to find where it is? There should be a chat box under with an inverted arrow. Yeah, thank you, Kanya. Okay. Okay, so for people who have joined now, so my name is Ram and I have around 10 years of experience in visualization industry. So currently I'm a system architect in one of the MNC banks, and this is course is going to be specifically where we'll be covering Tableau and its advanced visualization. So we will cover everything. We'll cover everything in detail here with respect to the real-time system analysis, real-time examples. We will cover that. So for any questions, whatever you might have, so even after the sessions or after some time, you can always, I will share my email ID with you all. You can write me an email or you can come through this Edureka portal. So if at all you are planning to attend some interviews in Tableau, I can help you out. If you have some certification related questions, definitely you can come to me anytime. Okay. So that's about myself, and maybe like if you can all type in the chat window about something about yourself and what is the expectation from this course. So what exactly you know about Tableau, or already are you aware about this, or how it is? Just wanted to know, friends. So maybe if you can all type in the chat window, that should be appropriate and we can save some time. Yes, Chandru, okay, that's fine. We can make you experience in Tableau. That's where you are here now. Okay, yeah, Father, this is the right window to type in. You can type in about yourself. Okay, Chandu has around 7 years in Microsoft BA. Okay, that's nice. So Microsoft BA, you have SSIS, RS, and AS, everything, or in SSIS and RS? Okay. I'm familiar with Tableau, but needs more practical and real life scenarios. Sam. Okay. Sure, Sam. That's great. That's nice to know that. Shantini Krishnan is saying she cannot hear any audio. How about everyone else, friends? Are you able to hear me well? Okay. Shantini, I believe like you can, if you are facing any audio related issues, I would like you to reconnect once again and see if you are able to reconnect again. So there might be some internet specific issues at your end which is causing this. So I would recommend you to please reconnect, Shantini. Okay. Gautam, I have 6 years experience in UA development. Okay, I like to change the career path to a data science. So I like to learn Tableau for the same. Yeah, that's right, Gautam. So as you already have experience in UI and its related things, in Tableau, if you see, it would be pretty much simple in terms like it is kind of a package kind of thing where everything comes as a packaged one and less of UI related activities you need to perform here. And definitely this is going to be the tool that will be used for all data science related things. So almost for any data science related steps, even if you are using R or SPSS or SAS or any other tool, data science related specific tools or statistical modeling tools, for visualization aspect, Tableau is the best in the market. So that's nice to know. Thank you. We have Lav with us, Lav Trivedi, and I'm currently working as data warehouse developer at Hilton. Okay, my new to Tableau and want to learn more about analytics and data visualization. Yeah, sure, Lav. That's really nice to know that many of you are having good background there. So that should be really interesting. So one Anil is working as a business analyst and a web development company. Okay. Great to hear, Anil. Okay. So next is Sagar. I'm salesperson, was working with Qatar Airways. Tableau is something new for me. Needs to build my sales knowledge towards data analysis using Tableau. Yeah. So we are going to see here in the course frame. So Tableau is going to be a tool which is going to not specific for one particular domain. It's not designed for one particular domain alone. This tool is going to be used almost across all industries. So it can be used in sales, manufacturing, it can be used in artificial intelligence, the data science industry, or in a normal web development industry, anything, whatever you take the domain, there you can apply Tableau there. So that is something special about that. We are going to see that here. So, and we have Jayashree with us, who has 8 years of experience in Cognos, okay, and design more dashboard experience. Yeah, definitely, Jayashree. So Cognos also has its own BA development there, and it's a nice tool. And in addition to that, if you are having Tableau knowledge, that would really help you, friends. So friends, here I want to make one thing clear for everyone, like irrespective of whatever knowledge what you have, in addition to that, if you have Tableau experience as well, that makes you something different than others. So the main differentiator can be this tool, because whatever things you know, you might know SSIS, you might know Cognos, you might know Power BI or any other tools in the market, or ClickView, anything. So irrespective of that, if you know Tableau as well, in addition to that, that would really help you move up in the ladder really well. That's nice. And we have Kalpana with us. So we have, she has experience in HR and later experience in digital marketing. Okay, that's nice. Okay, you have experience in digital marketing. That's the real hot cake now in the market. That's really nice, Kalpana. So we'll be seeing with some of the examples. We have some features in Tableau, such as clustering, which would be really used in digital marketing or in terms of this marketing promotions and other things. We'll talk about that later. Okay, and we have Kanya with us. She has experience in SQL and SSIS and willing to learn Tableau. Most of the IT companies are looking for Tableau with candidates with Tableau experience. Yeah, that's true, Kanya. That's really nice. Welcome. And we have Shweta. I have 10 years of experience working on ETL, and I'm a report builder. Currently would like to Tableau for my future. That's really nice, friends, as most of us here are having good amount of experience there, and that's really nice to see. And we have Hasani with us, 9 years of experience in data warehousing and little experience in Cognos as well. Okay. We have Manikandan. Manikandan, I was not able to see your previous chat. Can you please retype that once again, Manikandan? I think I missed that. Okay. Okay, Samir has 2 years of experience in data warehouse and he wants to know what about the project. Yeah, Samir. So this course module, when I'm introducing to you in other 5 minutes, I'll be introducing to this course content, how it is designed. I'll be talking about the course modules and what are the things that is Within that, we'll talk about the project. So, friends, just for your information, like after this course is done, there is a project for you. The real-time project has to be completed. So your main idea would be, the project would be based on the concepts what we have learned here. So this is going to be not that difficult project, but it's a simple one. But it applies all most of the concepts whatever we learned, and we are going to learn in next 15 days time. So based on those concepts, you are going to develop a project, and the same thing you need to share with the Edureka team within 2 weeks time after we finish this course. So we will be completing this course by India date. It is 20th of October. So that would be our last. I think 20th of October is a Friday, I believe, and that would be the last day for completion of this course. So maybe after that, like you will be given 2 weeks time, and within which you need to complete the project. So anyway, I'll be discussing the same thing, friends, now in some time because we need to go through the course content. So Manikandan, I missed your chat conversation. Can I have it again, Manikandan? I'm sorry. I think I missed that, your introduction part. Okay. Okay, we have Manikandan with us who has 10 years of experience in IT, but little exposure to BA. I don't have any prior experience of Tableau. That's nice, Manikandan, that as you have good amount of experience in IT, it should be not that difficult for you to learn Tableau. It's very easy tool, friends, to learn. But in terms like, though it is looking very simple, the background of this tool has something really unique, which other tools are trying to replicate, and still they are not able to capture the market. Okay. Okay, friends. So if you are all fine with that, let's get introduced to this course. I see someone raising their hand. Maybe you can let me know in the chat window, friends. Whatever, if you had some questions, you can let me know, ping me in the chat window. Because raising your hands, I might not know who is raising the hand, so that is the problem with that. So you can directly type in the chat window for any questions. Yes, so raising hand, I may not be able to see like who has done that. So I see someone raising it again, so maybe you can let me know for any questions. Because for now I'm not able to see anything there. Okay. Okay, friends. So if you are all able to see my screen, so this is what we are going to see there. I think someone is facing some difficulty in joining this call, or I'm able to see someone raising their hands again and again. Let me check who's that, but okay. Okay. It is Shantini Krishnan. Yeah, Shantini. Please tell. I see you had raised your hands a couple of times. Yes, Lopita. Hello, Lopita. Yes, this is the chatting window, and you can type in all your questions in this window. So, in addition to that, if you require anything, we can just I can enable your audio there. Then you can speak over that directly. If you had any other questions which you cannot type in, maybe that point of time we can enable the audio chat. Okay. Okay. So we just had a quick introduction of everyone else, Lopita. Maybe you can also type in what is your background and what is your expectation from this course. Okay. So friends, so everyone, I believe you will be able to see this particular screen. I'll be logging into teach.edureka.co and you all would be logging into edureka.co. So you should be having your username and a password for logging in. So after you log in, your name should appear here, and there if you just click on that, you should be able to see that this upload file, dashboard, these things. But for me, I'm getting different view. You should be able to see something different there. Hope everyone are able to see this particular window, and you are able to see my screen as well. Okay. Thank you, Samir, Kalpana, Sagar. Thanks. Okay. So after we log into this screen, friends, there are three things there: getting started, the pre-recording. So pre-recorded is something you can just refer to this if you would like to have a different perspective of the same course content. So if you would like to have a different perspective, you can feel free to see these recordings as well. And we have something called course contents here. So this is going to be the course what we will be covering in next 15 days time frame. So we have 10 modules, and in these 10 modules, after we finish this 10 modules, we will be having a certification project. Okay. So this is the Edureka specific certification, friends, and not Tableau certification. So after you complete this course, a completion certificate would be given by Edureka. So not from Tableau. For Tableau, we need to have a separate certification. So I have seen many of my friends asking in my earlier batches, like, is this Tableau certification? No, this is not Tableau certification. This is Edureka specific thing, but this will really help you in completing your Tableau certification also, for which you need to prepare something more in terms of more practice you should have, and that. I'll guide you, friends, if you want to go for a Tableau certification. I'll let you know. Okay. So if you see this, okay, we have some questions, and no, we have introduction of Lopita. So I'm a certified SAS programmer and SAS analyst, having 2 years of experience. Now want to upgrade my skills with this course. That's really nice, Lopita. Nice to see that you have already completed your SAS certification. And this as a tool, yeah, it can connect to SAS datasets as well, and it can connect to big data systems and other systems. So we'll see in some time how it is useful for everyone, irrespective of industry, irrespective of the knowledge whatever we had, how we can make it enhanced using Tableau. We'll see that. Welcome, Lopina. Okay. So friends, here we have something called installation guide. So I would recommend you all to please click on this installation guide and click on download this installation guide. So this installation guide is going to help us in installing Tableau in a couple of minutes time. So I will recommend everyone to please open this installation guide and download the PDF document, whatever which is present there. Okay. And the next thing here, in this course we are going to cover these things. First we will get introduced to data visualization. So what is data visualization? And in this part is going to be mostly theory, friends, but I'll make sure that it is not boring for you as I alone talk, and I'll be asking questions in between and other things. So see here we have various modules within that. For example, first thing here we are going to see the presentation. Presentation is nothing but it's going to be a read-only copy of the course contents. So this is accessible to you for 24/7. So even after you complete your course, you can anytime come here, log in with your username, password, and open the presentation and view the content anytime. Okay. So and the next thing, this is the thing what we will be covering, and the next thing are like quiz and assignment. So after I complete this module, I would want you all to attempt this quiz and download the assignment here, friends. So what this assignment is going to be there. So I would first recommend you to download the assignment only and not the assignment solution, because the first thing you will get deeper understanding on whatever we learned in this module. So for that purpose, so we have like from morning 7 to 9, maybe late night or in sometime in the afternoon, when you find some time during your lunch break or during any other time, you can just download this assignment and see if you can redo some of these concepts. So that will really help you learning Tableau better, friends. So the course is designed in such a way. And after you complete the assignment, you can evaluate whether your solution is appropriate or not using this assignment solution. So whatever file what we are going to use in this module, we'll be having a module dataset which is available here. You can download the module dataset from this module 1 dataset link. And other than that, like can you see here, we have this Tableau tutorial. So this is basically like learn how to make use of Tableau, how to create app visualization, and these things it is having. And it also has a link about the Tableau career opportunities. What are the latest career opportunities available in Tableau and what are the things. And here are some of the blogs for Tableau certification I told you. So these are some of the blogs which is available. So this is Desktop 9 Qualified Associate. So this certification you can pursue, and this is the course contents for that. So some of snippet kind of things would be available here. If you just click on this link, it will redirect you to a new page there. Can you see that? So associate exam certification. Quick page for Tableau certificate examination. They will be giving you like what are the type of questions they might ask and how you need to plan the thing and what are the things that is available. Everything is available here. Okay. You can click on this link and see those things anytime. And finally, we have like a video tutorial. So this is the same thing for preparing for Tableau certification. The video tutorial is available, so you can understand things in detail here. So this would be directing you to tableau.com, I believe, or yeah, it is directing you to YouTube channel. And yeah, so this is one of our instructors who has already taken some courses there. So this is going to be your video tutorial. So you can make use of this as well and enhance your knowledge further. So there are, this 15-20 days is going to be jam-packed for you, friends. So though it is going to be a 2-hour course only, you have something to do for next at least 2-3 hours time. So maybe 5 hours per day, you can see if you can dedicate it for Tableau. That would be really great. During the end of the session, that should be really nice. So here we'll get introduced to data visualization. In module 2, we will see that what visual analytics. What is this visual analytics? And how to manage this visual analytics using math and other things. We'll be seeing that here. And this would be like visual analytics in-depth 1 and in-depth 2. So they have segregated it into different parts based on the concepts what we are covering. So these are some of the functionalities like grouping, sorting, filtering. These things we'll be covering in in-depth 1. And then in-depth 2 of that we will be covering even more things such as even more granular aspects. So we will be deep diving into various things and advanced techniques within that. Okay. Can I install, Kanya has a question, can I install Tableau in my laptop and desktop both? Yeah, Kanya, you can install Tableau. Tableau Public can be installed in your laptop and as well as in your desktop. The only thing is you just need to give your email IDs differently. That is like the primary email ID and a secondary email ID. So if you are giving the same email ID, it will not get downloaded. So in that point of time, you need to give your different email ID. Okay. And in module 5, we will be seeing about the dashboarding and storyboards and how to create a dashboard and how to create the stories. These things we'll see it here, friends. And in module 6, we'll see about the mapping features of Tableau. This is something very unique, friends. what we have in Tableau compared to all other modules. And in module 7, we have the calculations and how to perform the calculations within Tableau. And what are the things that are available? We'll see in module 7. In module 8, we'll see something about level of detail. So this is an advanced calculations, and we'll see how to work with this. And we have in module 9 more about advanced charts. We have this Pareto chart, and we have the waterfall chart, and other various other funnel charts, and other things. We'll see what is available. And module 10 of this, we'll be seeing how to, we'll get introduced to big data. We'll see how to integrate R and Hadoop, Hadoop and Tableau, how to integrate that. We'll be seeing more details on that in module 10 of this course. Okay. So this is the quick wrap around on what we are going to cover here. So any questions, friends, till now? So we'll get introduced to Tableau in some time. So before that, any other questions? Please let me know. Okay, Kanya has a question. Will you also teach real-time reports using streaming data? Okay, yeah, Kanya. So here, in this module, friends, we are going to use two data sets. One is going to be an access data set, which is available in your module for you to download. And there is one more data set called sample superstore. So in this whole module, we will be using these two data sets alone, friends. But I will tell you how to connect with other data sources like ODBC sources, like other SQL Server, Teradata, or other connections, how to establish. The procedure remains the same, friends. However, just the data connection alone differs. I will connect to a Google Sheet and I will show you how to get the real-time data and streaming of that data. We'll see about that example. But the main data sets what we will be using is the sample superstore and a coffee chain. These two are going to be the data sets what we will be using for creating the visualizations and reports. So that's what we are going to cover in this module. Okay. Okay. So Sagar has a question. I have installed Tableau earlier. Do I need to reinstall? No, Sagar. If you have installed Tableau already, is this Tableau Public or a Tableau Professional version? Tableau Desktop. Is this a licensed version of Tableau? Okay, if it is Tableau Public, Sagar, then you need not reinstall that again. You can install one more version of Tableau where I will be providing you the link. That alone you can install. So I recommend you not to activate that. I will tell you in a while further. In some time I will tell you which is that link so that you can all install it. So we are going to do the Tableau installation now, friends. So we will do it now parallelly so that the installation goes on parallelly and we will be continuing our session. No, we don't require any other any specific softwares for this course, Shweta. So it's going to be like if you have Access database, that should be fine because we are going to use one Access database source, and the other one is going to be an Excel source only. So that's why we just kept the data sources as very simple things because not many people would have all the software required for those data sources. So we will be using this alone. Okay. And we have Hasini raising her hand. So Hasini, can you type in this chat window? That would be more appropriate. There is a chat window down. You can type in your questions if you had any. No, if you don't have Access database, it's not a big problem as we will be mostly focusing on this sample superstore, so which is an Excel based source system. So you should not have any big problem there. So don't worry. So even if you don't have Access database, it's fine. Okay. Okay, not a problem, Hasini. Okay. Friends, now hope you all have downloaded the installation link, installation guide. So please let me know, friends, if someone is still yet to do that. Can you all please download this installation guide, friends, and open this contents, whatever is present here. Okay. So these are the course modules, what we need to do it, friends. So for example, here, the first link, what you need to click on is this one, tableau.com/products/download. I would recommend you all to download this product. Okay, so we are going to learn Tableau 10.1, friends. So Tableau 10.1 is going to be the latest version, but in Tableau Public, it would be, I think 10.2 or 3 should be available. So what is the current version that is available in Tableau Public? We can just have a look. I think it should be 10.2 or 10.3 at least. But it's fine, friends, not a big deal. In 10.2, we have some text mining concepts introduced, so which can read PDFs and other things. But our main focus is going to be on 10.1 here. Okay, I have just pinged you all a link there for friends who have not installed it prior. I would recommend you all to download this particular product. Okay, and you download this and install this version of Tableau, but I will recommend you not to activate this. Okay, so why I'm saying not to activate it, because this is the one what you are going to use it for your project. So after our course module is completed, for the next 2 weeks, you are going to use this particular trial version. So this version is valid for 14 days only. So I strongly recommend you not to activate it, but keep it installed. Please don't activate this. So the first link what I have shared you download it, install it. Please don't activate it alone. Am I clear, friends? Any questions? Okay. So after you are done with that downloading, the next one what you need to go is, you need to go into this link, friends, public.tableau.com. So there, as you go to this public.tableau.com, can you see here? You enter your email ID here. So whatever email IDs. So if you have already installed Tableau, if you need to install it in 2 systems, you try giving different email IDs here, so that it is getting downloaded and installed. Okay. And one more thing, like you are all going to work in Tableau Public only, friends, for now. So because this is going to be a lifetime free version of Tableau. However, the project what I will be walking you through would be in a Tableau professional version. So professional version is, I will have more features than what you are seeing it in your Tableau Public. However, after your course is completed and when you start working on the project, once you activate the earlier Tableau, the Tableau desktop one what I gave you, the 14-day trial, after you activate that, then you will be able to see all the features whatever I am showing it to you that point of time. So immediately you might not be able to see some of the features what I am showing, like the number of data sources and other things, but you can see that after this course is done, because it will be, in a way, you will be accessing this course contents anytime, and moreover, you will be doing something practically after this course is done. So that point of time, you will do that. Yes, it is called Tableau Desktop, Lopita, but it means it can get installed in laptop also. So that's not a problem. Even I am using a laptop and I have Tableau installed. So the version, just the name is Tableau Desktop, but it's not very specific for any devices. It is for a laptop or a desktop, anything you can install. Okay, friends. So have you all downloaded these two things? And there is something called resources. You can click here. So here you will be able to see some sample data sets. You can download some sample data sets, friends, for your own activity. Can you see here dataset PDF? There is a dataset CSV, and this is the US home sales data, and science related specific data sets. Can you see here education related data sets? Everything is available. We can download, you can download any of these and try creating visualizations also, friends. There is the resources that is available. You can download anything here. Okay. For any of those things, we have some videos also available, but you can look that later. Okay. So this is what Tableau Public is. So you have installed Tableau Desktop, Professional Edition, the public one also. And the third one, you will be installing in addition to that, what we have is, there is something called Tableau Reader, friends. I'll give you the link for Tableau Reader. You need to install Tableau Reader also, other than this. Okay. So, why this Tableau Reader is required? I'll tell you. So there is a download link here, friends, in my screen. I'll share you this link. This is the Tableau Reader. Okay. So why this Tableau Reader is required? So Tableau Reader is nothing but like a PDF reader, friends. So why this Adobe PDF Reader is required? In order to read PDF documents, right? So whenever you are downloading some Tableau specific workbooks, so if you are not having Tableau Desktop installed, Tableau Desktop here, I mean the first link what I shared you, if you are not having Tableau Desktop installed in your system, you will not be able to open the Tableau workbooks. So Tableau workbooks will come in a different format, like TWBX, TWB, TSDX, like that the format changes. So we will look on to those different formats, why there is a difference between those formats. But the main thing what you need to understand is, this Tableau Reader is for reading the Tableau specific workbooks. So whatever you are going to read in Tableau, that you will going to make use of Tableau Reader there. So that is the main purpose of having Tableau Reader installed. Okay. So as you are all going to use Tableau Public for now, so you might not be able to open any of the Tableau specific workbooks. So for that reason, I recommend you all to install Tableau Reader. So I don't have Tableau Reader installed in my system. The reason is I am having Tableau 10.1 desktop version. So I don't have any Tableau specific things. I don't require any Tableau Reader. Is this clear, friends? Please feel free to ask me if you have any questions. Okay. Thank you, Samir. Hope everyone are okay with this as well. So friends, if you are all done, let the installation go on parallelly. So we will continue with our first module today. So we will get introduced to data visualization. On Tableau perspective, we will get introduced to data visualization, and we will see what are the things and what are the intricacies that are there within that. Okay. Okay, friends. So before getting introduced to this, we'll see some interesting things about the data. Okay. Okay, friends. So can anyone tell me how many 9s are there in this screen? Can anyone count and tell me, friends? How many 9s are there? So I'll give you 30 seconds. Okay, friends. How many 9s are there here? Okay, Chandu is saying 6 and 7. Kanya is saying 10. How about others? Samir is saying 9. Shweta 8. Anil 8. Jayashri 8. Kalpana 7. La 9. Manigandan 10. Okay. So, how difficult was it for you to count the number of 9s here, friends? Was it very easy for everyone? Okay. It was difficult, right? Okay. Now tell me, how many 9s are there in this screen? Yes. So, what made the difference between the previous one and the current one? What was different in this? Yes. It is visually highlighted here. So 9s are being highlighted here. So for anything, any important information, whatever your customer is going to see, whatever your business partners or your anyone who is for whom you are developing the application or the system is going to see, the data has to be readily available for them to see that. So it should be visually appealing for them. So here the previous thing and the current slide, if we see, the only difference was we just boldened the number of 9s here. So we were able to count it now very easily. So this is one of the aspects of visualization, friends. So whatever information that is required, you make the job easy. Instead of giving it like a static report, such as Excel reports, or such as any other static tool reporting. I have seen SSRS, which is also a static report, wherein you cannot do something more than a normal static thing there. So this is something like a visualized aspect of that. Keep this in mind, friends. Okay, we'll see few more questions here. Okay, so we have some brainstorming puzzle here. So you have like actual time is 15 minutes that is given, but we'll glance it through in a shorter span of time. Okay. So my question here is, so this is my question, friends. Assume that this is your business requirement. Okay. There are 5 houses in 5 different colors. Each house lives a person with a different nationality. The 5 owners drink a certain type of beverage, smoke a certain brand of cigar, and keep a certain pet. No owners have the same pet, smoke the same brand of cigar, or drink the same beverage. So now the question is, who owns the fish? Okay. So I'll give you some clues for this. Okay. So these are the clues, friends. I'll give you 2 minutes time to glance it through these clues, and you need to let me know who owns the fish. Okay, friends, were you able to find out who owns the fish? Okay. So Lal is saying no, and Sandhu is also saying no. Okay. Okay, friends. The same thing. Now, what I will give, the same requirement, friends. Whatever we saw it here, we just created a table for that. So here, the person, we have these attributes of these tables for these 5 houses. So the attributes here are like color, the person, the drink, the smoke, the pet, and the house 1, house 2, house 3, house 4, house 5. So maybe I can just call them as attributes of that properties or something called dimensions. So these are the dimensions. So how many dimensions are available here? So dimensions are nothing but some additional information about a particular thing or an object. So here, can anyone tell me how many dimensions are there? There are 5 dimensions, which Shweta is saying, and everyone is saying it's 5. Okay? Okay. Yeah, friends, that's right. 5 is correct. In addition to these 5, we have one more extra dimension here, friends. That is this house. So though house 1, house 2, house 3, house 4, house 5 is differentiated here, all these 5 are together considered as a house dimension, because it's going to be a house only, right? Just it's going to be with a different name. So totally there are 6 dimensions here. Yeah, Jayashri, that's right. There are 6 dimensions here. So one house dimension and remaining 5 are these dimensions. So now when I ask you the same question, who owns the fish? Can you tell me? He is the person German house, the person who lives in house 4, who is a German origin, who drinks coffee and who smokes prints and whose color is green, house color is green. He owns a fish as a pet. Correct. So now what made the difference, friends? This is the same data which was given like that. And after we just made it as a tabular format, the same data, how easy it is for you to understand the facts and information. How easy it is for you to know, like, okay, so this is the person and this is what the answer is. So how easy it was for you. So this is what the visualization aspect of. So this was like not even 6 dimensions. In a real-time business scenarios, there will be like 100 dimensions, 75 dimensions or 100 dimensions. In that case, the requirement for you would be given like in this form only. However, you need to transform that requirements into a form like this. You understand like how difficult it is to do that. But we will see, though based on the dimensions whatever you are having, how Tableau is able to do that quickly. Without you need not do this manually. How we will see using our data sets, how Tableau is categorizing the data into dimensions and measures, and how better you are able to see the data. We will see that in some time. Okay. So next, the main thing here is, friends, Tableau as a visualization tool. Here if you see, this is our cortex in our brain. This is our visual cortex in our brain. Whatever information that you are giving into form of a data, in form of numbers, in form of textual representations, these things get into the mind, but it doesn't stay for longer duration. Or it would be difficult for you to understand here, friends. So the main problem what you saw here is these were textual information which was given. But this doesn't get registered in our mind well. However, then the same information is represented in a visual format as a diagram or as a chart or as a kind of a visual representation. It is easy for you to understand. Always a picture is worth 1,000 words. So that's what they say that. So basically the human cortex is designed in such a way that it understands the visual aspects better than a textual aspect. Okay. So Tableau as a tool has mastered this knowledge. So they have carved out this particular information from our brain and they have replicated the same thing in Tableau. So whatever things that you are going to drag and drop in Tableau is going to get converted into a visual format. So Tableau is very intelligent enough to understand what you wanted, and it has certain charts and types. We will see that in some time, but this is the prior introduction to that. Okay. So this is what it is about, just about some visual aspects of that, friends. This is something not part of our session, but we will be seeing something like this then and there. I'll be asking you some questions and you need to come up with the answers for those as we move on. Okay, friends. Now, going to our module now. So we'll see something about what is visualization and what things are available in that. Unfortunately, yeah, okay. So now this is getting opened. So maybe friends, if you require a break for 5 minutes time, we can just go for a break quickly for 5 minutes and we all can come back again. Or let me know if we can continue also. Anything is fine. Okay. Thank you, friends. As most of you are fine with continuing, we'll not go for a break, but you can let me know anytime, friends, when you want a break. We'll break it with you. So for each and everything, friends, whatever contents what we are delivering it, there is a recording which is available. So I think by next day morning, a recording for the previous class will be available for you. So you can go to this LMS portal. LMS portal is nothing but the one what I just opened and showed you, the same portal there. So this is the LMS portal, friends, edureka.co. So this is what we call them as LMS portal. So you can just go there and you can basically see the previous recording or the previous class. Kanya is saying, how can I know if Tableau Reader is downloaded? Can you check your downloads, Kanya? See if it is downloaded there from your download. There should be something called Tableau Reader, which should be there under your download. You should be able to see that there. Okay, friends. So the recording for each and every class would be available here, and there is a module-wise assignment for you to learn. Are you going to any VM? Okay. No, Samir, we don't have any specific VM created for this course. So it would be like I'll be opening the software from my end, and there would be a Tableau desktop installed in my system. So I'll be sharing my screen. So we're not going to work on any VMs here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, friends. So here, this is the class recording what we have, and this recording is available for us to see anytime. And there is a module-wise assignment what I told you. So the same assignment has to be completed for everything. And finally, a certificate would be given that you will be working on a project, and after you finish the project, the certification would be given to you. Okay. So for whom this course is apt for? This is very apt for business analysts who wants to learn more things. It is very apt for the data scientist who wants to become a data scientist. This is an inevitable tool. And it's very apt for the project managers. It is very much useful for statisticians and analysts. So the coverage of this course particularly is going to be mostly for wider group of audience. So it is not specific for one group alone. So whatever your requirement is, I believe this class has that mix of everything. So definitely, like, it is going to be really useful for everyone there. Okay. So these are the things what we will be seeing in this module, friends. First, we will see about data visualization, and here we will get introduced to Tableau. Here they are mentioned as 10.0. So I'll tell you what is the feature that is available in 10.1 and also in 10.0, and how to establish a connection, how to make joins and unions, and how to do data blending, and these aspects. Okay, so this is what we will be covering in this module. First, we will get introduced to data visualization. Okay, so he will be a guide in this class for any of the visualizations and stuff. He will be asking us more questions where you need to answer those questions. Okay, so we just saw an example in a PPT, friends, like how visualization is helping us understand large complex data. How visualization is helping us digest huge amount of data really very easily, in a easily digestible way, how it is giving us. Okay, so we just saw an example for that, and that's what is given here. So visualization allows you to visually access large amount of data, and also the data graphics that is simplest, and also it's more powerful aspect. Okay, so can you tell me these two animals that basically this is the one which comes in Ice Age and this is the lion, as you all know. Okay, so here when the visually this data is represented, what are the things that comes to your mind, friends? So it is showing like mostly like it's showing, it is given a picture like it's very angry. So obviously the aggressiveness seems to be on a higher point here. So similarly this is looking pretty much calm, and the aggressive rating is 2 for this. So they have given it speed, and they have given it aggressiveness, the size, and these aspects they have basically given us here. So when you are representing some data or information in a visually appealing way, it's better for us to understand the data, rather than just representing the data in a form of a table or in a textually. If you are representing, it will add more sense to you. So that's what we saw in some examples previously, what we had. Okay, and now one more practical example we will see, friends. There is something called Anscombe's quartet. Okay, so this is what we call them as Anscombe's quartet, friends. Okay, so here you closely observe this data, which is there in 1, 2, 3, and 4 of this. Okay, so you see here, can you tell me what you are able to observe something common between these 4 data? Please analyze this, understand this, and let me know what is something really common between these 4. These 4 tables, what we are seeing over here, what do you think is something common? Okay. Some of them saying X and Y columns, some of them saying some average and standard deviation, all are same. Okay. Okay. So since the sum, average and standard deviation, since they are one and the same, friends, can we conclude that this data is one and the same? Can I say that, okay, since all four values are same, can I say that this data which is there in x-axis and y-axis between all four different tables are one and the same? Okay, Kanya is saying no and others are also saying no. Why you think they are not the same? What made you say that it's not the same? Gautam is saying there are outliers in the data. Okay. So outliers in the data in the sense, so there is the values are not the same. Is that what you meant, Gautam? Between that four different values. Okay. Okay, X and Y columns have different values. Okay. Yes. So when we are performing some statistical analysis here, so when we are performing some statistical analysis, when we are computing X and Y axis, I think we have Lohita here who completed the SAS certification. Lohita or someone else? I'm sorry if I missed the name. Yeah, okay, Lopita, sorry. Lopita, can you tell me in SAS, when you are loading this data set and seeing for this particular data and observing the sum, average, the standard deviation, the mean, median, mode, what would be your conclusion, Lopita? So when you are loading this data into SAS, so can we say that since the data are having the same mean, median, standard deviation or sum, average and standard deviation, does it mean that all four data volumes are one and the same? Can we conclude that? Why do you think we can't conclude that? Okay. Okay, friends, that's right. So, as you are all saying, mostly the axis value in Y is different compared to each and everything value which is present in the, so though the x-axis value seems to be the same, the Y is different. However, the sum, average and standard deviation is one and the same. Okay. The same thing, friends, when we are plotting as a graph, the actual answer for this is, once you plot this particular value there in a graph, as you rightly said, the y-axis value is different. So here when you are, so this was something like a normal data frame. So we just had around 10, within 10-15 records only here. Though since we just had 10 to 15 records alone, we were able to see this. But however, then we are seeing millions and millions of records. You cannot say like x-axis and y value is different there in a larger data set. So at that point of time, unless until you visually represent the data in a form of a graph. So assume like I'm having 1 million records, friends. I cannot see each and every record and say like, okay, y value is different here. This value is different here. So I cannot conclude all four data sets. What I will generally do, I will take the sum, average and standard deviation. Okay, assuming that these four values are same, I would come to a conclusion that, okay, my all four values are same. But unless until you visualize that graphically, like this way, you mark the x-axis here, you mark the y-axis here for the graph one. You plot the numbers. So this is 4 and this is something like here, 6, 8, 10, like that. And once you draw a median line to the graph where the points are meeting, you are able to see, like, can you see, this is the median line, friends, what is drawn. And if you see in this line, the plots of different points, you can see that. So each and every graph is unique in its own way. It's no way related with one another. However, these three factors, the sum, average, and standard deviation, these three things are saying that, okay, these are one and the same. However, this can make your business take wrong decisions. Unless until you visualize this data in a proper way, you will not be able to come to a conclusion here. So this example is to know that power of visualization here. Please stop me if you have any questions anywhere, friends. I can come back again and explain that to you. Okay. Okay, friends, I think it is clear for everyone and we can proceed on. Okay. So now you know why we need to visualize the data. Now you really know like why we need to visualize the data, because it's easy for us to compare the various things. For example, they have just compared the mountain ranges here. So this is like 1344, 5891 and 5891 meters, 91.8, and this is like even 5891.8. So this basically, this pictorial representation of this data, it's basically going to help us in identifying like what exactly the thing is. Maybe here the numbers are somewhat wrong, friends, the visualization what they've written. It should be, I think, 6891, they have written 5891 for 4. So it basically helps us in doing the comparison better. A pictorial graphical format, when we are giving it, it's easy for us to compare the information. So that's what it is meant here. Okay. Okay, friends. Now we will get into something called visualization aspect. So how we are going to achieve the data visualization. We'll get into that topic. So as you all are aware, so most of us here are aware about the visualization business intelligence life cycle here. So what is a business intelligence life cycle, friends, or what is business intelligence? Can someone tell me why we need a BI tool and why we need these different types of systems here and what is the exact purpose of these? Sagar is saying to give a better output of a result. Yeah, Chandu, I is repeating the question. The question is why we need a BI system, business intelligence system, why we require that? Those who have already worked in a BI environment can tell me, like Cognos and other systems, what they have worked with. Others, it is fine if you need not know. Okay. Kanya is saying to extract the data, transform the loading into database and generating the reports using the data. That's perfect, Kanya. Anil is saying to make sense of the raw data. That's true. Shweta is saying BI helps in integrated analyze the data and helps in decision making. That's true. That's nice. Great answers, friends. That's really nice. So Sam is saying it's to get better insights. It's for Love is saying it's for better decision making. To extract the conclusion from a larger data set, Lopika is saying, and Jayashree is saying to analyze the data for business to make better business decisions. And Hasini is saying to make decisions, come to conclusions from different sets of data. That's absolutely true, friends. You are perfect there. So we need a BI system for this purpose only. So that is, we need to extract the data from various sources. The various sources may be an Excel source or a PDF source, or it can be a CSV file, or it can be a text file, or any other file. It can be a transactional system. It can be any system. Data can come from mobile. The data can come from a social networking site. It can be unstructured, the structured, anything. The data can be from any form. We should be able to take all this data and we need to process this data, transform this data. So transforming is for what? So I'll tell you a real-time example. Okay. So you are having a bank. Okay. And assume that you are going to be the managing director or you are going to be a chairman of State Bank of India. Okay. So State Bank of India has branches all over the country and all over the world. Okay. All over India we have many branches and all over the world also we have many branches. So here what you are going to do with that data? So I as a chairman would like to know what was my overall sales in India. For that I have the data spread across in a different systems. For example, the data in metro cities, Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi and Kolkata. These metro cities, the data is in form of an Excel sheet. And in other states, the data is in form of a CSV file. In some states, the data is in form of a text file. So the data is spread across in different formats. But I as a chairman need to have a single view of the data. So I cannot open each and every Excel file and see, okay, this is a sales, this is a sales. I need to sum up the data from various systems and then put it together and finally show that data. So that is not the thing what I need to do. So this system we generally call them as ETL systems, which integrates the data from various sources, loads the data, processes the data, transforms the data. Transforming is for what purpose? Okay, I'll tell you one more example. So assume like you are working in if you are having account in HDFC Bank like around 6 to 7 years before. Most of your account numbers in India, very specific to India I'm talking from. So if you are having accounts with HDFC Bank, most of the account numbers would be in a 8-digit account numbers. Okay. Now if you see, whenever new account numbers are getting issued, the account number is having 16 digits. Okay, someone is raising the hand, so I recommend them to type in the chat, friends, for any questions. Okay. So I'm working in a HDFC Bank and my account number is mostly like 8 digits. It was 8 digits. And now I need to transform it to 16 digits. Okay. So why I need to transform it to 16 digits? Because there are more customers now. Now I cannot have the number of digits as 8 alone because there are more number of customers now for me. So I need 16 digits for that. So that's what we are going to do. So this transformation is what it's going to do is, it's going to, I'm taking a notepad, friend. This 8 digits, whatever you are going to do, is going to append zeros. It's going to append 8 zeros, friends. It's going to append 8 zeros, and it's going to have. So assume this is my account number, right? So this was my account number earlier, and this is the new account number now. So this was my account number previously, and this is my account number now. So I need to append zeros before these accounts. If there are 8 digits, I need to append 8 zeros. If there are 7 digits only, so I might have to append 9 zeros. Based on that, I need to convert this account number to a 16-digit account number, friends. Do you think, can we do this manually for all the 1 million, 10, 100 million accounts, whatever I'm having? Unless until I'm having an ETL system here. Here, we can append those zeros. We can transform the data. So this is what this transform means, friends, in an ETL. Transforming is extracting from various sources, is extract, and T is for transforming the data. Transforming the data, and finally L is for loading the data. So this is what this ETL stands for, friends. Okay. So here we have taken the data, we have transformed the data, and we have loaded the data also. Okay. Now I am saying, okay, now my overall sales I have got, so this many million rupees or something, this many crores is my total accounts what I'm having, these are my total assets, this is my liabilities. These things I have got now. Now, what I wanted to know as a CEO, out of these branches, I would like to know how many branches have not met my average sales target. So, how do you think I can get this information from this, friends? How many of these things have not met my average sales target? So, I need to, this is my question, friends. How many? Okay. So this is my question, friends. Can you tell me how we can answer this question? How do you think? So I have loaded all this data. I have taken an ETL system now. I have taken all the data. Now I have taken this ETL system now. I have loaded the data. Now tell me from the data how I can retrieve this information. Okay. Shweta is saying SQL. Okay. Jayashree is saying we need to analyze the data by developing the reports or higher management. Okay. Lab is saying analyzing the data using a SQL query, run the query against the loaded data. We need to generate a SQL query, mostly Kanya. Everyone are saying that SQL query is one thing. Right. That's true. We need to analyze this data further. So analysis is something, not only the SQL queries, friends, because I cannot run a normal SQL query with just this particular information alone. Okay, now I am saying, I'm just going it further deeper, as you said, SQL queries. Now my next question is, so in that branch, so for example, in which city, so for example, in which location branch has not done well. So for example here, I would like to know what are all my branches within, so within a country I have, within a state I got, within my city I got, within my area I got, within that area I wanted what is the sales in one particular place. For example, in one particular place, I can say like in within Bangalore, I would like to have my sales which is done in Marthahalli. What is the sales that is done in JP Nagar branch? And what was the sales target? Do you think a normal SQL query can help us retrieving that information? Assume like I'm having these many records. So how long your SQL query will run for? If I wanted to get this information. So not SQL query alone can help me, maybe something advanced than that. So maybe like something called, we have a concept called cubes that is created. So cubes can be used, or any other interesting things can be used here. So not only SQL can help you out in doing that information, you can make use of other advanced analytics tools such as cubes. And I want to find out the data patterns within that. I can use text mining in that. So these are part of analysis. It can be like creation of cubes, creation of SQL queries, and creation of text mining models and other things. Whatever things you are doing, you can make use of that here. So this is part is going to analysis part. And finally, so I have got some data here. Assume that I have got some data and I have got the result. I'm saying like this JP Nagar Marathalli branch. These are the two branches which have not met my sales target. Okay. And what are the branches that are met my sales target in that region? So for that I have some other cities, like I'm having like that I'm having some other areas. Okay. So assume that these are the branches that have done really well. In that case, I need to represent that data visually, friends. I need to represent that data visually in a form of a chart, in form of a pie chart, in bar graphs, nested bar graphs, anything. I need to visualize this data. So before doing these many visualizations, friends, you need to integrate the data, you need to analyze the data, finally visualize the data. See how many steps we are doing in a normal business intelligence system. How many steps we are following there. So how long do you think these processes can take, friends? So in order to build a system, in order to take an ETL, in order to do analysis and finally do visualization, it will really take quite an amount of time, right? Even if it is going to be a small data set, it's going to consume many days time. Okay. So this is the normal cycle of a BAE, friends. Any questions here? Did you get everything, friends? Please let me know if I need to explain something. Okay, friends. So this is the normal visualization cycle. So this is going to be part one of this. So we have completed this part one. So now you understand what a BA tool is. Like what are the components of this BA tool and how things are working within a BA tool, right? Now what we will do a comparison between Tableau and other tools. So there are various tools in the market which is available. Some may be like Power BI, SAP has a BA suite, and we have something called Analytics Desktop. MicroStrategy has something called Analytics Desktop. We have ClickView, we have Tableau, we have Good Data, and we have various other tools also. We have SSRS, Microsoft BA. So Power BI is a component of that. It's also something very similar to this. Okay. So these are some of our competitors. So now, what is the exact difference between these two tools, between Power BI and Tableau? So now we saw about what ETL was and what are the various analysis that can be performed, what are the various visualizations aspects that is required for a BI system. Okay. So here, what is there is, if you see the comparison trends, Tableau has an inbuilt ETL feature. What does ETL feature mean? The one what I just explained it to you. It can pull the data from various sources, it can combine the data, and it can load the data to your system in a quicker way, and finally use the data for analysis and visualization also. So this can be used as a single tool which can perform ETL operation also, but this is not an ETL tool, friends. So one thing I want to make it clear, this is not an ETL tool, but it has inbuilt ETL feature. But you cannot use Tableau for a normal ETL operation. So persons who have worked in a data warehousing environment would understand what an ETL tool is, and they might have used that tool also. But Tableau is not an ETL tool, but it has ETL feature inbuilt in that. Is that clear, friends? See, we have forecasting feature available in Tableau. We don't have forecasting in Power BI. And we have outlier missing. So, for example, this is like in a manufacturing plant, if you take, friends, there are like 100 items that are manufactured. And out of those 100 items, for example, some of these items, like, assume like 5,000 items have been manufactured. Out of those items, there are like around 4,000 items are defective. So, for example, out of that 4,000 items, 5,000 items produced, 4,000 are defective, means it's a huge defect. Okay. So, in that case, Tableau can detect the outliers. However, it cannot highlight those alone. So, this is like a very small feature, friends, but this may be useful, or we can have some workarounds for this, but it is not directly available. However, Power BI can have it. So, it's like how many ever outliers are there, Power BI can highlight that easily. Tableau can do it up to 3,500 data points. More than 3,500, Tableau does not have the capability. So that is the only thing what is not available in Tableau. And like it can compare data based on various categories, various categorical comparisons can be done based on the data, and it can drill down to any level possible, any lowest level. The bank example what I gave, you can see the data by country, by state, city, the locality, the place, by a region, by a person. To that level of granularity, Tableau can do. I'm sure many other tools can also do the same. However, Tableau's aspect is it has inbuilt of many features in a single tool. So you can see many features which is available as a single tool here in Tableau. However, you cannot see the same in other tools, other systems that are available. So that is what it is in Tableau. And the offline iteration. So offline iteration is something like summarization of the data, and like offline iteration is something like building aggregations and things there at the background. So we have some feature called offline iteration which is available in Tableau, which is not there in Power BI or other tools. Yes. Manikandan wants to know briefly about forecasting. Yes. Yeah, Manikandan, sure. So forecasting is nothing but, friends, predicting the future. Okay. So assume that India, Pakistan is playing. There will be betting that is going on. So who is going to win the match? So there may be turtles which can forecast. There may be starfish they are using for doing the forecasting. For example, football matches, they generally use a starfish kind of thing, and turtle, I'm not sure. I have seen somewhere, but not so sure. They're using various animals for doing the forecasting, right? So wherever it moves, that team wins the match. So these kind of things are being done. So that is like a random forecasting. So here Tableau has a forecasting feature, so which we are going to discuss, Manikandan. There is a separate module for us to see in forecasting. But for now, forecasting is something like predicting the future. So based on the existing information, based on last 5 to 10 years of data, if I want to predict the 11th year data. So based on last, I'm having data until 2016. Okay, now I want to predict the data for 2017. I can do it in Tableau. So there is a specific module which is available in Tableau which can do forecasting for you, which has inbuilt algorithms pre-written already in Tableau. So basically this will help us in doing the forecasting. We have a separate module for this, friends. We will see that in detail. What are the various forecasting models? We have ARMA model, we have like other models also, exponential smoothing model. We'll see that in brief. And how to do forecasting also I will tell you. I'll take you through that. Okay. And this is the comparison between Tableau and ClickView, friends. So ClickView is like a fierce competitor for Tableau. It's trying to capture the market for last 5 years and it's trying to compete with Tableau, but still they have not succeeded as a product because Tableau has various other features. So some features such as ClickView also has this ETL feature, extract, transform and load. This feature is there in ClickView also. However, what is not there is, this feature is not there, online analytical processing. What I told you, friends, when the data is coming from various sources, merging it, applying queries on top of that, building models or building a cube kind of structure or a text mining model, these things are not available in ClickView, friends. However, we have it in Tableau. And this concept of data warehousing is also not available there. However, in Tableau, we can have a data warehousing feature also. So this is really very powerful tool, friends, compared to others. It's a very powerful tool. You can integrate with R and it can integrate with Hadoop. It has connectors with various source systems. I'm going to show you that in a while. How many source systems Tableau can support. So no other tool in this market can do that, friends. So that's why Tableau is a market leader here. That's why you are all here to learn Tableau also, I hope. That's the reason. Okay. So now we just saw about the various visualization aspects and the data tools. Now we'll really get introduced to Tableau. Okay. So before getting introduced to Tableau, I will open Tableau screen and I will show you what this Tableau tool is about. You can stop me if you need a break or if you have any questions, friends. See, this is the Tableau Desktop Professional Edition what I am having. So this is the licensed version of Tableau, friends, which is having like around licensing cost comes around $2,000. So everyone should purchase those licenses individually and we can use it. Okay. So friends, I told something about Tableau to you that it can connect to various sources and do things. I'll just quickly glance it through. If you just see the home screen of this is like going to be a connection window where you will be able to see the connections and things. It can connect to Excel file, text file, Access file, JSON file, statistical files. And if you are having something which is not available here, there is something called More. You can just click on this More and a new window will get opened. So here it will list all the type of connections, whatever we see it here. So it can connect to local cubes and it can connect to CSV, text files, statistical files, SAS, SAS files, SAV, R data, these are RDA, R data are R specific files. SAV are specific to SPSS. SPSS is also a statistical tool. Okay. And you can also connect to JSON and other files. These are the file system connectors, what we have. And when you go to server, you can directly connect to Tableau server. You can connect to Microsoft SQL Server. You can connect to Google Sheets. You can connect to Teradata. You can connect to OData. OData is nothing but SharePoint. You can connect directly to a SharePoint using the OData connector. And other than this, these are the connections that is available in Tableau. Can you see here? It can connect to Amazon Aura, EMR, Redshift, Anaplan, Aster, Cisco, Cloudera, Hadoop, and you have Firebird, Google Analytics, Google BigQuery, Google Cloud SQL, Google Sheets, Hortonworks, IBM, Mainframe, the Microsoft Power Pivot, Analysis Services, MemSQL, MarkLogic, Marketo, and other new tools. You can connect to Oracle, there are Oracle SBase you can connect, PostgreSQL, Presto, and other new tools what you might not know also, QuickBooks, Salesforce, SAP HANA, and other tools, whatever you are able to see, you have these many connectors that is available. When you click on any of these connectors, you need to just enter the server name, the login type, the details, the authentication. So for example, no authentication, username and password or these things. And you can build the structure there. You can also give the SQL connection names and stuff here. So you have connectors to almost all the system. Kanya is saying I could not see SQL Server. Microsoft SQL Server is available here, Kanya. Can you see this? This is Microsoft SQL Server. You can connect to Microsoft SQL Server. The first thing itself. So just click here. It will ask you the connection details. You will be entering the username and the password. You can sign into the database directly. Yes. As I told you, Kanya, in Tableau Public, these many connectors or the features whatever I am showing, you might not be able to see that in Tableau Public because it's a freeware, right? It's a restricted one. Not all software or all connectors will be available there. So once you open the 14-day trial Tableau desktop version, there you will be able to see the SQL Server. So whatever features, if it is not available in Tableau Public, you will be able to see that in Tableau desktop, which you have not activated it yet, but you can do that activation. So for any other software which you do not see in this list, you can directly establish a connection to that software here. Here you will be able to see all the source systems, what are the things that you have. For example, if you have a driver, and you can install the driver and directly connect to that. So driver for ODBC, and there are some ODBC connectors. So if you are seeing any system where you are not able to find it here, you can basically make use of this ODBC connectors. So that will really help you in doing the connection. So other databases, other than the one which is listed here, you can connect to them also. Okay. Chandru has a question. Is Tableau server used to load data from various sources into a database onto a Tableau server? No, Chandru. Tableau server is generally used for publishing, and it is generally used for publishing and sharing the information. So, for example, whatever workbooks what you create in a Tableau desktop, you will be publishing those information in a Tableau server, and Tableau server is the one which would be accessed by your customers, that is your partners or the client. So they will be given a URL, you will be giving them a URL to access, they can access the URL and directly see the data. So Tableau server is going to be a hosting environment only, and it's not going to be a kind of a normal place where data will be stored. It is like a hosting environment generally, where you can publish your reports. Like any other reporting tool, you can publish it in the Tableau server also. So that's what you will be using Tableau server for. Okay. Okay, friends. So is that clear for you? Okay. Is my voice echoing for you, friends? Let me just check that. I'm actually using my headphones, and if it is still echoing, I can just reconnect it again. How about for others, friends? Is my voice echoing? Okay. Some of them are saying no, and for some it is echoing. So for persons who it is echoing, just give me a moment, friends. I'm reconnecting my headphone once again, and let me check if it is still echoing. How about now, friends? Are you able to hear me fine? Are you still getting the echo? Okay. Okay, friends. Thank you. Thanks for that. So, I didn't notice that. Thank you. Okay, friends. So this is what the various types of connectors that we have in Tableau. So this ODBC connector is something like if you are having a database which is not listed in this list, which is not available in this list, you want to establish a connection to that database. That point of time you can make use of something called other ODBC databases. So this will really help you in connecting to the various other databases which is not present here. So it has the list of drivers, and you can just install the drivers and you can make use of that data. And also there is something called web data connectors. So web data connector is something like a URL where you need to take the site and click on a site, and you need to connect to that site and import the data into Tableau. You can make use of this web data connectors for that. Okay. So this was something introduction about that. So we will quickly glance through our PPT. There is a slides here. Okay. So this is the introduction or history of Tableau. So Tableau was introduced in the year 2003, friends. So these are Chris and Christine. These two are the persons who, and Pat, these three people invented Tableau. So this was kind of a research project for them, and they found this Tableau. And so the main idea for them is to unleash the power of data, and they wanted to unleash the power of data here, and that's what they wanted to do using Tableau. Okay, so what it does is basically Tableau as a tool, it gives more importance for data analysis than on data wrangling. Okay, what does data wrangling mean? Can anyone tell me, friends? What is data wrangling? Okay. Okay. Gautam is saying cleaning up and modifying the data. Okay. Sure, Gautam, not a problem. Okay, friends. Data wrangling is nothing but like converting the data. So we have a data in a raw format. For example, it may be a legacy system. It may be in any other systems, or it may be in a text format or things like that. So your duty is to convert the data. Converting the data or playing around with the data, changing the format from the raw data into a more convenient way. So that we generally call them as data wrangling, friends. So this is basically a process of transforming the data and mapping from one form to another form. So basically transforming the data from one form to another form, we generally call it as data wrangling. As we see, most of our ETL developers and people who are working, they are doing this task only. That is like converting the data from one form to another, making up the data, presetting the things and these things. So Tableau, what it is saying is, instead of playing with the data and converting the data and spending more time in just making those conversions alone, you focus more on the data analysis. That is, spend more time on what the data is going to give you insights about. So what business information that data is going to give you. You focus on that part. So that will help you in building your business better. Rather than focusing on seeing this data in an Excel format or in a text format, or how I need to see this. Can I apply some filters, conditions? These are like data wrangling aspects, friends. So that is what they mean here. So Tableau empowers our natural ability to see, and it converts that into a visual effect. So that's what, like a visual patterns it converts as. I'll show you in some time how to do that, converting it into a visualized patterns. I'll walk you through with that in some time. Okay. So what are some of the, why we need to use Tableau compared to other tools? Why do you think we really need to use Tableau here? The main purpose of using Tableau compared to other tools is, friends, it can access multiple connections. It can access multiple connections. I showed you here, right? So can you list me or tell me any one tool which can support these many connections, friends? This can support both structured and unstructured data. So it can support mostly, like, even if it is a big data system, it can support. It can connect with R and also do other advanced analytics part. So can you tell me any one tool which can perform this in the current market? If you just see that we saw the difference right now between ClickView, Tableau, Power Pivot and Tableau, the features, most of the features Tableau had, which many other tools are nowhere nearby. They are still building up, but Tableau has come far away from this. So that is what is the advantage of Tableau. It can access to multiple data connections altogether, and it can perform live analysis. Okay, so what is live analysis? So what are we going to do in this live analysis? I'll tell you. So in a live analysis is something like, you must have seen the election forecasting, right? Election during the budget time or during the election time, the times now, other CNN and other channels, they might come with a election prediction poll and the results of the poll, these things, right? So how the data feed they are getting. So if you see in Times Now, almost everything which has been used in Economic Times, which has been used in Times Now, or if it is used in Business Standard, if you are following up these newspapers and things, all visualizations are created in Tableau. If you see the stock market channels, CNBC or other channels which are very relevant for stock markets and things, all the visualizations what you see are created in Tableau. So as and when the data is getting fed between various systems, Tableau can perform the analysis on the fly. You even never know, like, your data will be connected to a live system, but the data keeps on changing as and when you move on and on. As and when you just hit a refresh, the data gets reloaded again, and with a new perspective you will be getting. So these kind of things you can do in Tableau, friends. So that is something very important there. And also this mapping tool. So this maps in Tableau are like an awesome feature in Tableau. So mapping is basically from Google Maps they have integrated. So the technology, whatever the Google Maps is using, the same thing has been used in Tableau also, sometime before itself. So the accuracy of a Tableau map, we have a separate chapter in mapping for Tableau. You will be able to see that. So the features what is provided in this Tableau mapping is like amazing. You would not have seen it in any other tools there. That amazing the system. And we also have something called, we'll be seeing about these things. So there is a filter shelf which is available, and there is something called show me tool. Maybe I can just quickly walk you through this rather than talking on this data. So for example, assume that I'm connecting to an Excel source here. So I can just connect to any of the Excel sheets, whatever I'm having. So I can just connect to any of the Excel sheets and open an Excel sheet here, friends. So what I will do, I'll just go to this sheet. Let me connect to a Excel sheet for you. Okay, so maybe I'm just connecting to a sheet called soccer.xlsx. Okay, this is just a local sheet, friends, for you. I'm just connecting to this sheet, and you can see my connection is getting established here, friends. And after I'm connecting to this sheet, so it is basically showing me the teams, whatever which is there. These are the 4 teams what I'm having, and this is the wins and the losses. So can you see here there is 2 kinds of connection. One is the live connection, the other one is an extract connection. So since I'm just doing a live connection here, which means that we'll talk about this extract connection later, friends. But this live connection is something like on a real time the data gets updated. So for example, if I'm updating that Excel sheet here and I'm making some changes, I'll be able to see the changes here if I'm hitting on this refresh icon, refresh the data source icon. Automatically I'll be able to see that sheet there. So whatever changes I'm making to my source system, the changes will get reflected here, friends, automatically. Okay, so we are going to see this once again. Just for this example purpose, I'm showing. We'll talk about this dimensions, this measures in some time, why this is used and what are the things that is available. And there is something called show me also, which gives you the default chart which is available. We are going to see about this in a while. Okay, so this is what they have mentioned it here. The self section here. Want to filter the data, you can make use of this here. So this filter shelf, what they are calling, you can just drag and drop a particular data here. So as and when you drag and drop a particular data here, automatically you can just make use of some filters here, headings, and you want to remove. You just click on apply, the data gets removed there. So this is what the filter shelf, what they say. And this is also the show me tool, which gives you some recommendations on the map. So based on the data, whatever you have selected, it gives you some recommendations. So this is the recommendations. You can just see the maps, various maps that are available. You can just click that map and see what data it is. And it suggests you some maps by default. So that is the show me tool. So we'll see in detail about these things in advanced visualization analytics part. So we are covering it separately. Okay. So I think let me see. Yeah, I'm stopping with this slide, friends, as we are running short of time. So there are various versions of Tableau that is available. So Tableau Desktop is the one what you have installed. So this is basically the Tableau Desktop is the one what I'm just opening it here. So this is the Tableau Desktop, which is a licensed version of Tableau, which comes with the licensing cost also. This is the Tableau Desktop. So this is basically used for creating the visualizations and the report authoring and publishing is also, it can be published to Tableau server. So basically you can connect from Tableau desktop to Tableau server. And I think Chandu asked the question, Tableau, what for Tableau server is used? So Tableau server is a business analytics platform. So basically here is where you can give permissions to your reports. So where your reports can be published, and after publishing the permissions are granted to the users, and it's mainly designed for publishing purpose only, Tableau server. And you can also schedule the jobs here. You can run the jobs on a frequent interval, and the jobs can run parallelly. So that's what this Tableau server is used for. And we have something called Tableau Online. So this is similar to Tableau server, but the maintenance of this Tableau Online is done by Tableau people itself. However, the maintenance of Tableau server is done by our own Tableau server administrators. However, here it is done by, normally it is done by Tableau people itself. Here you need to have a Tableau server purchase, and you need to have a administrator also. So those two things is needed here. And the Tableau Public is a free product what you have all downloaded. So it is like mostly help you to visualize the data and also play around with the data to get used to Tableau. Tableau Public is used. And we have Tableau Reader. As I told you, Tableau Reader is something like, it lets you read the Tableau specific workbooks. So there is something called Tableau packaged workbooks. So that can be read only using Tableau Reader. If you are not having Tableau desktop, you should have Tableau Reader in order to read the Tableau workbooks. Okay. So any other questions here, friends? So we will be seeing about these features in detail. Please don't worry. This was like an introduction session only. So maybe some items, if you are feeling like you're not so sure or you're feeling like not that comfortable, we can go through that topic once again. So it should be absolutely fine. Only thing is we'll go first 2-3 modules in a slower pace. And after we move on with other modules, like once you are getting hold of Tableau, we will get introduced to the other things. So friends, I'm stopping the sharing with this particular module for today. So we'll see the remaining things tomorrow. We'll see about the Tableau's architecture, how Tableau is looking, what are the inbuilt features of Tableau. We are going to see something about SQL, which is really useful there in Tableau. We'll see about them, and we'll see about various other things there. So in the meantime, what I will recommend you is, if you are in India, I believe it's a holiday today. If people are out there, I recommend you to see the attempt this quiz and see if you can go through some of the Tableau tutorial blogs and stuff like that. I recommend you to do that. For people who are in US, I think it's very late for you. So I think it should be time for you to go to sleep. So maybe like we all can catch up tomorrow again the same time then. So for any questions or things, you can ping me anytime, or you can post it through this Edureka portal also. Okay. Kanya has a question. In our next session, we are going to work on Tableau Public or Tableau Desktop. Okay. Yes. In the next session, Kanya, we are going to work on, I'll be working on a Tableau Desktop, and the same thing you can see that. So I'll be showing it to you in a Tableau Desktop only. Whatever visualizations I'm sharing it to you, I'll be doing it there. So from next session onwards, you can work in Tableau Public with the same connections. Kanya. So there are data sets which is available here. So like, okay. So if you see this course contents in this Edureka portal, there is something called module dataset. I recommend you all to download this dataset, friends, and we can try connecting to these datasets directly. It may be an Excel dataset, so you can connect to those datasets using Tableau Public itself. So you will be doing it through Tableau Public. I will be connecting it to Tableau Desktop. Okay. So after this course is done, then you can make use of Tableau Desktop. Okay. Till then we will make use of Tableau Public only. Okay. Next question, how can I ping you? What is your email ID? Yeah. So this is my email ID, friends. You can make use of this and you can mail me for any questions, whatever you have. At any point of time, you can let me know, friends. So my email ID is this. So you can mail me anytime, friends, for any other questions related to the system, or if you are not understanding the system properly, or if you need some clarifications from Edureka, there is a support email which is available here, friends. You can mail them at support@edureka.co for any questions. If you are facing any issues in joining, support@edureka.co. So this is their email ID, friends. You can basically mail them directly in this ID and they will assist you for any of the things what you require in terms of this workbook or this, in terms of this course if you are facing any difficulties in joining. Okay, the correct time here to join us will be starting the session at 7. So we'll wait until all participants are coming. So we'll start the session at 7 exactly, friends. So you all can join by 7. Okay, friends, I'm pausing for a minute's time for just to check if you are having any other questions, friends, or else we'll wrap it up for today and we'll come back again tomorrow with more features on Tableau and we'll learn more. So, friends, I recommend you all to go through this assignments or the quiz questions today and see what is your level of understanding in. So then tomorrow when you come to class, it would be easy for you, friends, to join. Okay, friends, and thank you all for joining today. And you all have a great day there. And good night for others who are joined from other locations. And you all have a great holiday today on an occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Thank you, Samir. Thank you, Lopita. You have a great day there. And friends, after this thing, you will be getting a mail from Edureka for submitting the feedback. Please share your feedback to them. Or if you have any other specific feedback, you can just ping me anytime, friends. Something I need to correct or something I need to rectify from my end, I will do that then and there immediately. For any other additional feedback, you can share it with the Edureka people, friends, directly. Thank you, Jayashree. Thank you, Hasini. Thank you, Sagar. Kanya, I'm just replying it to your question. So I'm checking my mail now. I'm not sure if I have got your test mail. Let me just check. My mailbox is getting refreshed, Kanya. Thank you, Chandu. Everyone have a great day there. Let's all meet tomorrow. Kanya Budipati. Yeah, I got your email, Kanya. I have received your email. Thank you. So you can get in touch with me in that email. For any questions, you please mail me, friends. We will discuss the same tomorrow and we'll get back. Thank you, everyone. See you all. You all take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, Kanya, for your feedback. So please keep me posted for anything. I'll try to correct if at all something needs to be done there. Thank you, friends.